Hi, welcome back to Unlocking Your Limitless Life, where hidden inside your biggest problems truly are your greatest possibilities. I'm your host, Susan Schatzer, and joining me again today is Lauren Cohen, up from Boca Raton, here to share with you some of the information and things that you might not be aware of that are completely important to creating the foundation and the infrastructure of your business that you're going to be required in moving forward. So until then, we'll see you on the other side. Hi, welcome back. Lauren and I have been talking about her childhood and when she discovered what she really, truly was destined to do in this lifetime. And it was something that has touched her heart and moved her forward in life. Now, you weren't always here in America, were you?
No.
Would you take us back to how you got here and what happened and take us through that?
So I first came here in probably my late 20s to pursue a better life, or a different life, I guess, because I was a lawyer in Canada, but I wasn't having as great an impact as I wanted to. Yeah. Also, I had just gotten married and we wanted to see some other options, and so we came to America and moved to Florida right away. There was really no in between. A lot of people make a lot of hops, skips, and jumps, and not us. We came here.
You were out of the cold and onto the beach.
Although I went back home when I got divorced. And when I moved back to Florida, the goal was I was moving back to start a business with my old business partner, and I was going to start it here and move to New York City because at the time I was single and I wanted to live in the Upper West Side. So that didn't actually transpire that way, and since then I've been here in Florida since '01.
Beautiful. Well, we're glad you stayed.
Thank you.
Because we got to meet.
There you go.
I love it.
Exactly.
So when you were transformating, what is that word?
Transforming.
Transforming? Okay.
Transitioning.
That's it. There's the word. Thank you. So Lauren, when you were transitioning from Canada to Florida, was there like a shock of some kind that took place? Because I know the language, did you speak French when you were up there?
No. I grew up in Toronto, which is an English-speaking place. But there are some language differences. I had to learn to say words differently. Like I used to say sorry, and now I say sorry. I used to say process, now I say process. I used to say excuse me and be a lot more polite than I am now. Sorry to say it, but everybody used to make fun of me, and I used to apologize for everything. And that's just the Canadian way. And now when we go back to Toronto and we're at the airport, my son is like, Mommy, why are they calling it a washroom instead of a restroom? And why are they saying that funny word sorry, or out, which everybody makes fun of? So I had to change the way I spoke certain words. I never said a. But other than that, I think that people tend to think that Canada is just like the US, and it's really not. Everything is different. Banking, everything, the whole way you do business, the practicing law, I had to get licensed in the States. I mean, everything is as different as if you're from a completely different country that speaks a different language. The only difference being you don't have to learn a completely new language for the most part. But yeah, I had to go through all the same stuff.
So the bar, because you were a lawyer up there in Canada, what happened when you got here in the States?
So I actually became an immigration attorney because I'm licensed in, not in Florida, but in Tennessee. And immigration is federal. And the reason is because I went to law school in Canada. So I had these limitations on me, limitations that turned into opportunities. And I turned it into an opportunity. And I became a business immigration attorney / concierge, quarterbacking projects to raise money from foreign investors and helping foreign investors find their way into the US by coordinating all of the moving parts, from finding the business to getting the attorneys in place to developing the business plan. And then I wrote this book about business immigration because I wanted to simplify the process. And it's not as complicated as some people tend to make it. So again, it's all about impact and finding a way through the weeds to get to where you want to go.
Yeah, and that was huge because not everyone just picks up and relocates to a new country.
Right.
Not everybody takes the business of being an attorney because that's not something lightly. You know, it's like we went to school to be a teacher, which is what I did. You know, there's like extended education that went with it and
Yeah.
lots of study and, you know, the certification and the degree and whatnot that went with it to then uproot all of that to come here. Nothing transferred over, did it?
Not really. I mean, some stuff did, not to Florida as much. So it's still a common law place, and I'm a JD, just like here. But it was much more difficult than people think. And I remember my dad, Oliver Shulam, saying to me, "You need to go back to law school. You're going to suffer, and you know it's not good. You went to law school all those years, and you need to be licensed in Florida." But the truth is, I didn't want to practice law. It wasn't something. It didn't resonate with me. I wanted to use being a lawyer to have an impact and create a pathway for people to accomplish their goals or their dreams. Initially, it was the American dream through immigration, and now more about, well, I guess still the American dream, but in a different way. It's to help entrepreneurs and business owners achieve their goals by painting or paving a strong foundational path to them accomplishing those goals and protecting them through the process. So
it's amazing what you're talking about because you just went whoosh, up and over for me.
I'm sorry. I tried to be
so good. I'm so glad that you got this because I have no idea. But if what we're speaking to you about like resonates with you, and if you're like me and it went up and over and you're looking for some direction, would it be okay if they click on your links that you're going to be giving us to reach out to you?
I would love that. And actually, I do really try to simplify the process. It's just hard in a couple of minutes. And I have a lot of free tools available to you that I would love to share so that we can minimize the pain, because there's so much pain in dealing with all of that foundational stuff and infrastructure that has to go along with building a business and scaling your business, and that's part of why I've put these tools in place. So yes, please, I would love to share my knowledge with you.
So we're going to stop here to come back to go into that even further. So if what Lauren is sharing with you resonates, if you know someone who's maybe looking for some of the skills that Lauren's speaking about, if someone has would you say an entrepreneur maybe who doesn't have, you know, the legal contracts or agreements or insurance or licensing that they require, getting in contact with you would be a really good idea?
Yes.
Excellent. Then drop below this and you're going to see our link of Unlocking Your Limitless Life. We'd love to have you join our Facebook group because Lauren will be there as well. And then below that is all of her information. It'll be hyperlinked right for you. So until we get to meet you in person someday, ciao for now. Bye.